Stay tuned for the South Carolina State Attorney General debate. Thank you for joining us for tonight's debate. My name is Don Aspey and I'll be your moderator. I want to thank our viewers for joining us at home as well as online. For tonight's debate, each candidate will be answering questions submitted via email or via webcam. At this time, I would like to remind our candidates to keep your answers short, concise, and to the point, as we are in a tight programming schedule and need to finish the debate in time for the program that follows. STDs, 3 letters that'll change your life. And now your candidates. Many of you know our first candidate as the mayor of Bamberg, Mr. Hugh Jazz. I just first want to say it's a pleasure to be here, and thank you for having me over for dinner last night. I didn't have you over for dinner last night, but moving along, our next candidate is Doyle Tycoon, a local businessman and concerned citizen.
Did you just say he had a huge ass?
No, I was introducing him. His name is Hugh Jazz, like the musical genre.
Oh, okay. okay. I mean, that's fine if you're checking out his ass. I mean, who hasn't in a football locker room shower every now and then? Am I right? Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, our final candidate is the former assistant to the city council assistant, Mr. Mike Fingerhurts.
You know, Don's finger hurts because last night after dinner, we both volunteered at a soup kitchen.
No, we didn't, and I didn't say that my finger hurts.
Now, why does your finger hurt, Don? Is that because of the soup kitchen?
Moving along, let's go over some ground rules governing tonight's debate. First off, there will be no swearing, slanderous or derogatory remarks towards me.
Well, Don, I can assure you won't be getting any of that from me, but I can't speak for this country hick or crazy Mike at the end.
Mr. Jazz, were you paying attention to what I just said?
Don, did you say paying attention? Man, I got some in my lower back from an old cemetery job that I had once, and I sure could use some aspirin if y'all got some laying around here somewhere. What about that guy? You got some aspirin?
I did not say paying attention. I said paying attention. Regardless, moving along, each candidate will be given 2 minutes to answer each question. As they approach the 30-second mark, I will be signifying them with a buzzer. At that point, you will want to finish your thought.
Is someone cooking something in the microwave?
No, Doyle, that is the sound of the buzzer. I would also ask our candidates to refrain from eating or drinking during the debate. Mr. Fingerhurts, there is no eating or drinking during the debate.
I thought that only applied to the candidates.
You are a candidate.
You know, Don, if we can't use slanderous remarks, then neither can you.
That was not a slanderous remark, Mr. Jazz.
Well, that's your opinion. Say, Don, before we get started, you mind if I run and take a leak? That 6-pack of beer I drank about an hour ago.
Let's begin with opening statements from our candidates. Mr. Jazz, you'll go first.
Thank you, Don. I just want to say how delighted I am to be here and given this opportunity to face my opposition, even though they are complete imbeciles.
Need I remind you about derogatory remarks, Mr. Jazz?
Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor. I withdraw the question.
Mr. Jazz, this is not a courtroom, nor am I a judge, so please refrain from calling me Your Honor.
Allow me to rephrase that. I believe my opponents are complete idiots.
Mr. Tycoon, you're up next.
Well, Don, I just want to say I got a lot of money, and frankly, I'm damn proud of that. I got an old dog that I use for hunting, and I got a pretty damn good deal on a 4-person tent off Craigslist just recently.
This question comes from Ruth of Charleston, South Carolina. This question is for all the candidates. Ruth asks, what is your plan for the growing elderly who are living longer, specifically in regards to long-term care?
You know, Don, I'd like to tackle this one first off, if I may. First off, I understand this very pertinent issue in the day and age that we live in. And my plan for the growing elderly is really twofold. Number one, those that want to live longer lives, I just want them to know that I'm willing to get in the trenches and support them in their healthy lifestyles. And second, I want the senior population to know that I'm on their side and I'm willing to get into the trenches and work on their behalf.
Hugh, that sounds great. However, it doesn't appear that you've actually answered Ruth.
Say, Don, I'd like to chime in on this one if you don't mind.
Go right ahead, Mr. Tycoon.
Well, Don, my plan for the elderly is simple. I would handle this epidemic of old folks living longer than they should the same way they handled the problem with Old Yeller.
So you would have the elderly taken out and shot?
Oh, heavens no. I must be thinking.
Mr. Fingerhurts, let me reiterate the rule that I stated during the beginning. Eating or drinking during the debate is not allowed.
I apologize, Your Honor. Sorry, it won't happen again.
It's okay. Once again, I am not a judge, therefore it's not necessary to refer to me as Your Honor. Mr. Fingerhurts, please proceed.
Old Yeller, that's the only solution.
Okay, well that is two candidates who are condoning having the elderly taken out and shot. Let's take another question. This comes from an online viewer. This is from Darden Toluca of Columbia, South Carolina. He asks, how do you plan to fix the problem of overcrowding in our prison system?
Now, Darden, that is a great question. And as someone who has actually visited several relatives currently incarcerated, I am well aware of that increasing problem. As a matter of fact, just the other day, my cousin Lenny, who is currently serving 3 to 5 in Leavenworth for endangering the lives of minors, cattle rustling, and urinating in public, was recently relocated to a smaller cell with 2 other inmates. Well, because of those confined quarters, those 2 other inmates stabbed him repeatedly at night because he excessively wets the bed. Something he cannot control. But long story short, Lenny's got some friends in laundry, so they waited till lights out on D Block, and they took a bed sheet and proceeded.
Mr. Tycoon, do you actually have an answer to Mr. Toluca's question? Once again, Mr. Fingerhurts, there is no eating or drinking allowed during the debate.
High metabolism. Apologize, Judge.
Did you have an answer to Mr. Toluca's question?
Old Yeller.
And it looks like we have time for one more question. This will be a video question. Cam Lefton is coming to us from his webcam from Kingstree, South Carolina. Cam, are you there? Cam, are you there? Okay, well, it looks like maybe they're having some technical difficulties with their webcam. Let's go to another caller. Les Ismore is calling from Lexington. Les, are you there with your question?
Yeah, you like my Matrix sunglasses? Yeah. These are the ones Trinity wore and reloaded. I got them off some guy on Craigslist for like $11.
Les, are you there with your question?
Hey, how many tokens for you to take off here? Wait, you're not the twins. Hey, where'd Busty and Lusty go? Yeah. Where's Busty and Lusty? That's what I paid for. I want Busty and Lusty.
Apparently we have the wrong webcam, and on that note, it looks like we are out of time. I want to thank our candidates for appearing tonight and answering the questions, and I want to thank you, viewers at home and online, for joining us on Channel 19 in South Carolina.